गरीब आदमी तो मर गया। तब्दीली ये नई तब्दीली आई है जिसकी वजह से ये गरीब आदमी तो बिल्कुल तब्दील हो गया है।
डॉलर का क्या पूछेंगे, डॉलर और सोने की बढ़ती कीमतें हर चीज़ पर असर डाल रही हैं और आम आदमी का जीना जो है वो दोभर तो हो ही गया। जरा उन्हीं की आवाज़ सुन लें।
बढ़ गया, अब क्या कर सकते हैं? ये कैसे बच्चों को पाले? तालीम भी नहीं दिला सकते हम।
जो उम्मीदें इस हुकूमत से इस आवाम को थी वो इस पे पूरा उतर नहीं रहा है और आने वाला वक्त मैं समझता हूँ कि खुदकशियों का होगा।
गरीब आदमी की कमर टूट गई है, बहुत ज़्यादा महंगाई हो गई है और तेल महंगा होने की वजह से ये और ज़्यादा महंगा।
ये तब्दीली हमारे बुरी तरह गले पड़ गई है। सोचा होता ना क्या और क्या हो गया।
नवाज शरीफ के दौर में मुल्क जो हमारा आसमान पर था आज बर्बादी हो गई हमारी। हम किसको कहें? दिल्ली को क्या टाइम दे? और जो तब्दीली को ले गए, जिन्होंने तब्दीली को वोट दिया, वो खुद आज रो रहे हैं। वो कह रहे हैं जी इसका खुदा का वास्ता है, हुक्मरानों से ये खुदा का वास्ता है, हाथ जोड़ के कह रहे हैं आपसे नहीं हुकूमत चाहती, वापस चले जाए, नवाज शरीफ को वापस ले, आपकी बड़ी मेहरबानी। ये पैगाम है, नवाज शरीफ का दौर था वो अच्छा दौर था। खान साहब आपसे हुकूमत नहीं चाहती, आपकी मेहरबानी है, वापस चले जाए। आपका काम नहीं है जाके क्रिकेट खेले, आपका काम नहीं है हुकूमतें चलाना, आपकी बड़ी मेहरबानी।
Welcome to Indian Forever YouTube channel. As we are new channel, it is highly recommended to all our subscribers. Ring the bell icon so you won't miss any regular updates. Per capita income of Pakistan shrinks 8.2% in PTI's first year. The per capita income has shrunk by 8.2% to 3 years lowest level of $1,516 during the first year of the government of Prime Minister Imran Khan, which has also failed to address two structural problems of Pakistan's economy: low investment and saving rates. In terms of size of the national economy, the investment ratio stood at 15.4% in the current fiscal year, which was even lower than last fiscal year's level and also the lowest level in 3 years. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) government missed the investment to gross domestic product annual target of 17.2%. Both the public and private investment went down in the first year of the PTI government, suggesting that private investors were not showing their trust in the government. The savings to GDP ratio target was also missed, that remained at 11.1% of GDP. But the silver lining was that the savings were slightly better than the previous fiscal year due to relatively low current account deficit projected for the current fiscal year. The gap between total investments and savings is financed through foreign savings. The results are based on the working of the National Accounts Committee (NAC) that approved the provisional economic growth rate of 3.3% for the fiscal year 2018-19, ending on June 30th. The PTI government has now missed the annual targets of economic growth, national savings, and investment. Failure to achieve these crucial targets has limited the government's ability to spend on deteriorating infrastructure and social sectors from its own resources. This has inevitably increased the government's reliance on external and domestic sources to meet its requirements, resulting in mushroom growth in public debt in the past 5 years. The provisional estimates suggest that the per capita income shrank by 8.2% to $1,516. It was lower by $136 when compared with the revised per capita income estimates of $1,652 for the last fiscal year. The per capita income is worked out by dividing the total national income with the number of people. Last time, in the fiscal year 2015-16, the per capita income had been recorded at $1,529. The total size of the national economy is now estimated at $291 billion for this fiscal year, down from $315 billion a year ago. The size of the national economy in US dollar terms has also shrunk by nearly 8%. In rupee terms, the per capita income stood at rupees 200,693, up by 14%. The investment to GDP ratio stood at just 15.4% against a target of 17.2%, said the sources. The ratio was worse than last year's revised rate of 16.7%, they added. The government's inability to increase investment as a percentage of the total size of the national economy remains its biggest failure on the economic front, suggesting that the PTI government has not yet begun its journey towards addressing structural imbalances. The private investment that had been recorded at 10.3% of GDP in the last year has also slipped to 9.8%, according to the Pakistan Bureau of Statistics, PBS. The government had a target to increase private investment to 10.8%. The public investment also shrank to 4% of GDP, down from 4.8%, due to steep cut in development spending by the federal and provincial governments. Fixed investment remained at only 13.8% of GDP in the fiscal year 2018-19 against the target of 15.6%. It was down by 2% from last year's level. Savings increased to 11.1% of GDP, far below the target of 13.1%. In the last fiscal year, savings were recorded at 10.4% of GDP, due to low savings and investment ratios. Pakistan's current account deficit is now projected to widen to 4.3% of GDP, better than last year's level of 6.3%. These figures of investment and savings would be officially published in the Economic Survey of Pakistan 2018-19, likely to be unveiled on June 10th. Pakistan has one of the lowest investment and saving rates in the region and the world, obstructing progress towards a sustainable inclusive economic growth path. Country is in brink of collapse and unrest among people increasing. Terrorism and Pakistan Army has become the burden for their people. Thank you for watching. For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and Twitter account.